back, boys and girls. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mrs. Taylor. Today, I'm a construction worker building new words. If you stay tuned until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to build your very own house out of cards. The words that we're building today are very unique. When you put together a base word and a suffix, something magical happens. You get a new word with a brand new meaning. But what exactly is a suffix?
A suffix is added to the end of a base word. It changes the meaning of your word. If you look up in the clouds, you can see some examples of some suffixes. ER, LY, ING, FUL, and LESS. These are all examples of suffixes. Be on the lookout for how I use some of these in the video. Let's break apart the word helpful. Helpful is separated into two different parts. You have the base word, which is help. Help is an actual word in the dictionary. Then we add the suffix full to the end of the word. That makes our new word helpful. My construction workers are really helpful as we build a new house together. Helpful means that they are full of help. They help me out a lot.
As a construction worker, it's very important that I prepare and get my tools ready to go before I go to the site. So I have with me a hammer and some nails. Now I'm ready to start building. Would you like to join me? Well, great. Let's construct some new words using suffixes. First, I'm going to take my base word thank, and I'm going to add the suffix full to it. When I hammer them together, what's the word that I get? That's right, I get the word thankful. Thankful means that I'm full of thanks.
Here are some more words that use the suffix full. Peaceful means full of peace. What does joyful mean? That's right, joyful means full of joy. How about beautiful? That's right, you're full of beauty. And colorful? Very good. That means you did a very good job on your drawing and it's very colorful. It's full of color.
Let's build another word together. We're going to start with the base word fear, and then we're going to add the word less to it. Hammer them together, and we've constructed a new word, fearless. Fearless means without fear.
Here are some more words that we built using the suffix less. Less means without. So if it's odorless, it means without odor. What does meatless mean? That's right, meatless means without meat. Think of your cheese pizza. There's no meat on it, so it's meatless. What does painless mean? That's right, painless means without pain, and harmless means without harm. Did you know that you can create antonyms simply by changing the suffix that's attached to the end of a base word? Let's take a look at these two words together. The first word has the base word of care and the suffix of full. When we put them together, we get the word careful. Careful means full of care. For example, when I'm crossing the street, I'm really careful not to get hit, so I look both ways. The other word changes the suffix from full to less, making it an opposite meaning. Careless, without care. My teacher told me to edit my paper, but I forgot. I made a lot of careless mistakes. I probably wouldn't have made those mistakes if I'd taken the time to check over my work like my teacher suggested. So careless is not really a good positive definition. So this is an example of careful and careless have opposite meanings, making them antonyms.
I found another suffix in the word pile. Let's begin with the base word friend and add on the suffix ly. Hammer them together. And what's our new word? Our new word is friendly. Friendly is considered an adverb. It tells us how somebody acts.
Here are some more adverbs that I created simply by adding the suffix ly to the end of each base word. They mean to do something in a certain way. So I might be moving slowly, speaking calmly, writing neatly, or speaking kindly to others. They're all adverbs simply by adding the suffix ly to the end of my base word.
Here's our next word. We're going to start with the base word build. Add the suffix er. Hammer them together, and what's our new word? That's right. Our new word is builder. Hey, wait a minute. That's me. I'm a builder. I'm a person who builds words and houses. There are a lot of jobs out there that uses the suffix er in their job title.
Here are some more jobs that have the suffix er at the end of their base word. A builder is a person who builds. So what am I? A teacher. I am a person who teaches. How about a painter? That's right. A painter is a person who paints. And a farmer is a person that farms. Here are some more suffixes that should already be familiar to you. Ed, s, and ing. We add these suffixes to the end of a verb to make a new word that has a different meaning. So cook is our base word. Cooks and cooking are verbs that are happening now. If we add the ed to the end of the word cook, we get cooked. That means something that we did in the past, maybe a few hours earlier or something we did the day before. As you read this week, see how many times the author uses these suffixes as they write. How many times do they use words that have ed, s, or ing as suffixes at the end of base words? Take a minute to write them down and show your teacher or someone in your family how many words your author used. They will be really impressed. Did you know that you can add the suffixes er and est to the end of a base word to create adjectives that compare? Check out these shells that I found at the beach. The first shell that I found was large. That's your base word. The second shell was larger, so I added the suffix er. And finally, that last shell that I found was the largest shell on the beach. I changed the er to the est to represent that it was the largest size. For this example, we were comparing the size of each shell. So we were adding the suffixes er and est so that we can do that.
It's time for your grammar challenge of the day. So grab a piece of paper and something to write with, and let's start writing a story using suffixes.
Here is a story that I wrote using suffixes. How many suffixes can you find in the story? I woke up bright and early to get ready for the biggest race of the year. I quickly ate my breakfast. Then I stretched so I'd be ready to run. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the race to begin. Head to the starting line so we can start the race. My heart was beating so fast. I was so nervous. On your mark, get set, go! I ran at a good pace, but then people started passing me. I ran a little faster until I won the race. I'm the best racer in our city. If you need to, pause the video and read it again until you can figure out how many suffixes are in the story. Then unpause the video and you can see what the suffixes are. Did you find all 8 suffixes? Biggest has est, quickly has a suffix ly, stretched is past tense, it has the suffix ed. Beating has ing, started has ed, passing has ing, faster has er, and racer has er. Good job, boys and girls. Now it's your turn. See if you can write a story and have a friend find all of the hidden suffixes that you use.
It's time for our STEM challenge. Who wants to make a tower out of cards? There are a few ways that you can do this. My initial thought was to grab some playing cards and to make these 2 cards into an angle or a triangle to make my base. But as I quickly learned, it's really hard to do. Now, I've seen kids in my class do this before, but after 30 minutes of practicing, I would get one up and then the other one would make it all fall down. So I decided to come up with Plan B. That's why I love STEM projects so much. There's more than one way to solve your problem. So my Plan B was to grab some cardstock and some scissors. And what I did is I took my playing card and I just trimmed around it so that I made another rectangle that was the same shape and the same size as my playing card. As you can tell, these 2 rectangles are the same shape and the same size. That means that they're congruent. I love how STEM activities tie in math, don't you? Then I'm going to take these cards and I'm going to make a hole in the middle. And then on some other ones, I'm going to make 2 holes on the side. One here and one here. Make sure they're all the same size, about 1/2 inch. So then you're going to put the slots together so it makes like a table. Let me give this one a hole. And then after you do that, you're able to change and maneuver it so that it makes your triangle. And it's a little bit more stable than it was before because this rectangle here gives it more stability and hold. Now you could also use tape, of course, to do this, but this is a no tape challenge. So when I put them all together, I put 3 on the bottom with 2 cards here, and then 2 more here with another card here flat, and then 1 on the top of my pyramid. Now, I saw another way that you could do this also.
You can also use index cards to build your tower. They're a little bit bigger.
So when you do that, you do the same thing. But what you can do also is fold them in half, and then fold another one in half, so that it makes what shape? That's right, it makes a square. And then you put a flat one right on top. And then you can keep building this as high as you can go. So you can challenge your family to a tower race. See who can build the tallest, most stable tower. Good luck, everyone. I hope you have fun. If you ever need help building new words or new houses, feel free to call on me, Mrs. Taylor, here at Out of This World Construction Agency. Thanks for joining me today. If you liked today's video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We'll see you next time. Bye.